And welcome back to redheart.com as well as the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey, joining with my great, fabulous other half, Diva Dan.
Yep, that's right everyone. And today we're actually going to do something a little special for you. You know Michael always likes to crochet something, and so we're going to try to figure this out, but this is a first time event, so what is it?
Yeah, today we're going to actually do crochet cookies.
Crochet cookies?
Yeah, you know how you give away a gift and somebody says, oh, that Afghan's really nice. How about
especially doilies.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about doilies. Anyways, what are we going to do with these?
So what we were thinking is that if somebody doesn't really like crochet, why not make them eat it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's kind of like... Forcing me to do this on a day that I actually don't want to do it. It's nice outside. I can do some gardening, sit by the water garden. I gotta make freaking cookies.
Crochet cookies.
Crochet cookies, and these things probably won't turn out.
So we found some ideas online in order to do crochet cookies using your crochet hook. And so what we came up with is I did a search on redheart.com. We'll put a list together for you on different projects that you can do in order to make mini templates for doing your crochet. So what we're going to be doing with this tutorial is that we're going to be forming the cookie dough, and then you can use anything that you want. You just have to use some smaller yarn, a smaller hook. This is Red Heart's Luster and Sheen, and we're going to be using it to make an imprint so that you actually are ending up with the crochet cookie at the end.
Yeah, a really kind of fancy dancy cookie that everyone's going to be wild about at Christmas. Oh, how did you do all the imprints? And I was like, I crocheted.
Yeah, so you're eating my crochet.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe we should title the video that, Eat My Crochet.
Eat my crochet, yeah, exactly.
So Diva Dan is going to take you on part of the journey here today on being able to assemble all of your ingredients together.
Actually, you're going to probably help me because you know what, this is about time, that, you start learning how to bake, because I don't think you've ever baked anything except from Duncan Hines.
Yeah, Duncan Hines, as well as that.
What is it, Crocker? Whoops. Oh my goodness, I don't know her. So the cookies I'm actually going to do today is going to be your basic cookie. It could be a sugar cookie, it could be a shortbread cookie. In this case, we are going to do a chocolate ginger cookie.
So you don't want to do chocolate chip because I actually ran out and bought the pre-mixed dough with the cookie.
Pillsbury boy.
That was so mean.
Whatever. Anyways, yeah, chocolate. I'm sorry, but
you can't use chocolate chips because you'll lose the imprint. Is that right?
Absolutely. Because on top of that, chocolate chips actually have the cookie in a way sort of spreads out and rises in kind of gooey mess. You really want something that's going to form a good dough. And so when you actually do this, like I said, shortbreads or sugar snaps or anything like that, they actually really work well because then you can roll it out, put these things on, and then roll on top of it. We'll go through that a little bit.
Okay, great. So the next part of this tutorial, we're going to start putting all of our ingredients together.
Yeah.
And we'd like to thank a viewer who actually bought us this mixer a couple years ago when Daniel was starting off his cooking show.
Really?
So thank you so much. Yes.
I don't remember that.
Veronica from Wisconsin.
Oh, she bought it?
Yes.
Oh, I thought she just bought the little attachment that came with,
No.
the meat grinder.
Okay, I got to restart that.
Yeah,
Veronica bought it.
No, I didn't. No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. She gave you a gift certificate.
Oh, right, she
hang on.
did. Okay, sorry,
Okay, hang
hi
on.
Veronica, I totally forgot about it. Better send us another gift.
So for the next part of this tutorial, we are going to go through the recipe that we have for these. What kind of cookies are they again?
Okay, these are the chocolate ginger cookies, okay? And what we actually have, everyone, we got, of course, the best part, the butter.
The butter.
Yeah, exactly. So we got about 3/4 of a cup of butter. It's not crystal or anything like that, right?
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got some brown sugar, eggs, molasses, everyone. We got a little bit of ginger, fresh grated ginger, okay? It's nice and juicy. And then right in here, everyone, is a little bit of flour mixed in with baking powder, baking soda, a little bit of salt, cocoa, which is the chocolate flavor. On top of that, cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves.
Okay, perfect.
Right, so
and you have an egg?
Yeah, I already did make
Is that a
it,
free range egg or is that a...
That's a grocery store egg.
That's a grocery store egg.
That's a grocery store egg.
That's
but
a processed
we should be
egg.
real. Yeah, we should be real. Okay, so first of all, you really want to make sure this is nice and tight, or in other words, your bowl is going to go everywhere. And do you want to plug this in?
Yeah, let me plug this in for you.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to cream the butter a little bit on medium. Make sure your butter is nice and soft, right?
Yep. What speed is that? That's a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, that's important. You want it on nice medium. And we're going to add the brown sugar to this, actually. And we're just going to let it fluff up for a little bit for about... So we're going to let this fluff up for a bit for about 4 minutes until it's nice and pale and fluffy. Right? So we're going to have to... And also too as well, once in a while, you're just going to have to get your little spatula out. And you're going to have to clean the sides. See now, notice how nice and soft this is looking. It's looking pale. Oops. There we go. And we're just going to...
Who taught you how to bake anyway?
Oh, I taught myself how to bake. My mom tried to teach me, but you know what? I never listened very well. So.
And a lot of people don't know that he was actually named the baking queen in grade 4 for the area.
Yeah.
They didn't realize he was a guy in grade 4.
Yeah, can you believe that? Baking queen of the year.
So as a result, they had to change it to, what was it?
I don't know. I forget what they actually changed it to. The baking...
Yeah, they couldn't call it queen anymore because the guy won.
Yeah, but I was really excited, everyone. Alright, so we're starting to see that it's looking nice and fluffy. And you don't want to be too fast on this beater, okay? Do you know why?
No.
Okay, and the reason why is for that is because if you put too much air while you're mixing it, these cookies actually become sort of air and fluffy and really more crumbly, okay? So, yeah, that's...
So how do you know this is ready to go in?
I don't know, I'm just taking a guess. So now we are going to add our gooey molasses. There we go. Now we're just going to add our flour. And remember just to turn this.
What was that stuff in there? I thought it was the flour already.
No.
What was it again?
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Oh yeah, and I forgot. We have to mix in our ginger. There we go.
Before the flour.
Before the flour. Yeah.
Ooh, it kind of stinks.
Doesn't stink.
Yeah, it smells like something familiar.
Yeah, like molasses cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Now we're going to just slowly add our flour.
I think I'm sucking half that in.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you are, the dust. Well, at least it's not on 10.
So you should add it while it's mixing?
Yeah.
But what about all the dust you're creating?
Yeah, well, you know what, that's nothing new. I make a mess anyway.
Now it smells good.
Yeah. And so we're just going to mix this in a little bit.
How long do you mix it?
Well, until you don't see any more dry stuff in it. So I'm going to have to scrape this a little bit.
Wow.
You might actually have to.
So now that's on to number 1 for just stir.
Yeah.
So why would you do that?
I don't know. It's just because you don't want to
Over air it?
Yeah, over air it, over mix it. So anyways, I think it's looking okay, everyone. So just all we have to do is just take this out.
Really? That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Now what we're going to have to do is basically we're going to put it in the refrigerator for at least 45 minutes so it can harden.
So do we leave it in this bowl?
Nope, we're going to have to put it onto a plastic saran wrap.
Okay. So your recipe that you're making, how many cookies do you think you'll get out of that?
Oh, depending how big these cookies are going to be. But I'm judging by your doily there, we are probably going to just get a few, like maybe a dozen or so.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Just enough, big enough for YouTube.
So let's be honest here. Would you gift something like this to somebody, do you think?
Well, if they turn out.
No, but do you think it's a good gift?
Oh,
or?
I think so. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, if you use a shortbread cookie or something that's a really good dough cookie, this is not really a dough. This is more like a paste, okay? It's almost like icing sugar in some ways. So,
because I know there's a lot of people that do baking for Christmas, and then they actually do it early, and then they freeze it all.
Yep, exactly. Now this is actually going to have a lot of flavor to it because you know you got all your spices and your ginger. Everything is going to be quite good.
Now, what happens when you freeze cookies? Does it still taste the same afterward?
Yeah, pretty much. What's the difference with you know freezing your bread or something like that.
Well, it's like freezing meat, though. It tastes differently, does it
It
not?
does a little bit, yeah. You know, the freezing process does mess things up, but anyways, and we're just going to wrap this up.
You got that down to a science.
Almost. I'm actually playing around with this. This is like gooey. This is like Play-Doh.
So you got it all wrapped. So now you're going to put it in the fridge for, did you say 45 minutes?
Yep, at least 45 minutes, so this is not so gooey, and it turns out nice and hard, and then eventually what we're going to do, we're just going to roll it out and put a little bit of icing sugar over it, imprint it, and put it on the cookie sheet and bake it.
Okay, cool.
So we'll see how it turns out.
So we'll be right back in just a few seconds.
Yeah, pretty much, exactly. 45 minutes, you're like, yes.
Hey, welcome back, and we are, okay.
Oh yeah, and welcome back, and we are, okay, a little bit more enthusiasm,
Yeah.
honey.
And we're back, and you know, it's been actually about 3 hours. You have already performed in a wedding playing a violin this afternoon.
Yeah, I think it was a violin.
Yeah.
It must have been a violin.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I had a wedding, so.
So we've actually let 3 hours go by. It's been in the fridge since, and now it's nice and chilled.
Oh yes, and it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
So, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen real cookie dough before.
Well, yeah, well, this is. Remember how soft it was, and now it's really, really hard. That's what happens when you put it in the fridge.
Okay.
And now we got to beat it. All right.
Okay, so we have a section now, just like so, and we just have it right onto the counter. So what do we have to do to prepare the counter here?
Well, first of all, you're going to have to crochet the little doilies, right? You know,
Yes.
and all that stuff. So what is this exactly? Huh?
This is just a little pattern that I picked up on redheart.com, and what I've done is I've used Red Heart luster and sheen and a small 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, really small. And so basically, I just did a traditional granny square just like so. I've done a star pattern like so, and then it just looks kind of something fun. So we're going to be using these to make a template of the cookies as we go along.
Yeah, so imagine actually doing star, snowflakes, all sorts of little things.
Yeah, you can do anything with it.
Yeah.
So this is what it's going to do. It's going to cause an imprint on the top of the cookie so that you essentially have a crochet cookie.
So what I just did now is I just, you know, put my flour.
That's
in here.
flour, okay.
Yeah, that's flour. Yeah, but we're just going to get it coated, and we're also going to just make sure we flour this, okay?
So you're stroking your
I'm stroking
rolling
my
pin.
rolling pin, that's right.
Okay. How much stroking do you got to do of it?
I just think
Just
so.
enough so it's just covered?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So now we're just going to flatten her out, beat her down.
So do we actually ever taste the flour when it comes to these cookies?
Well, if you mix it well, you shouldn't be able to taste the flour. Flour doesn't really have much taste, you know.
Okay, so now you're going to apply, this is icing sugar?
This is icing sugar. I like to add a little icing sugar to this because it actually, you know.
So was the dough already sweet and you're just making it extra sweet, or
Yeah,
what's...
I think so. That's what I'm actually trying to do. So, and by the way, everyone, this is our first time we're actually trying something like this. So we have no idea if it's actually going to work.
So these are dry that we
Yes.
have?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's just try this.
So we're just rolling this onto the top.
Let's see if it actually works. I have no idea.
Well, that really spread out.
Oh, honey.
But so what I can see from my vantage point then is that the dough is actually coming through the stitches,
Okay, so
the
what
gaps.
Yep. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut like this,
Just trace it.
trace it. Pull it out. Take that out.
And do you have a pan ready to go?
Almost.
Okay.
And yeah, let's trace this one. It kind of did come through, but not really, huh?
Well, that one was pretty solid, so you'd want to do one that...
Oh, I just wrecked that
Just
one.
wrecked it.
Oh.
So you'd want to do one that has the gapping spaces in between. I can see all the double crochet within this one here,
Yep.
as you can see. So if you make a mistake, he's just going to roll it back out,
Oh, yeah.
and you can redo it at that point. So how do I fix up the edges if I wanted to do nicer edges at this point?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I have no idea. You know what? That reminds me of the show, like, you know, not, the pictures of Pinterest and all that stuff. You know, you see the nice picture and all that stuff, and you attempt it, and it looks like
this.
shit. Yeah. I think that's exactly what we're having
So should
here.
we be putting more? Yes, more stuff on top
There
of
we
it.
go.
Yeah. Okay. So now what do we do with this?
Well, I think we got to somehow gently put it onto the pan.
Okay. Do we have a pan?
Yeah, well, I got a pan right here.
Okay. Do you have to grease your pan?
No, this is this. So, let's see if we can gently put that on the pan. There we go.
Oh my God, Daniel.
I don't know what to do with this.
You do cookies really good.
Well, I know how to do a cookie. You just basically...
Okay, so let me try this. Here.
Okay, you try it.
So I've never baked before. Do I need more flour? It seems kind of
No,
sticky.
Oh, okay, maybe we'll just add some more flour. Okay.
Okay.
I think it's just gotten too soft all of a sudden.
So I want to roll it out. Okay. Do you think that we were too light?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right, so we got that.
So now we're going to do, let's try this one here.
Yeah, okay, let's try that
Let's
one.
try this round one. Okay, and now I want to roll it onto the top.
Maybe you don't have to do it as
I'm kind of
much
being a
as I
little,
did. Okay, well,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to trim around it.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah, okay.
Okay. And so now I want to remove the outside edge.
I guess you can do that. I think I'm going to have to put this back in the fridge.
Well, that really cooled off or heated up.
Melted?
Yeah.
Well, thank God we're not in a real studio.
Okay. So now we're just going to pick this up here. So do you think I should just actually try to leave this on top until I get it to the pan?
Well, you can try that.
So what do we do? Just
Well, you know what? You might have to cut it down, but well, maybe we should get a spatula. Maybe we should get a scooper.
yeah, a flat thing. So we're going to pick this up with the flat. So we're going to use a, what's that called? A flipper?
Right, we can call it a flipper.
So then we're going to put it onto the pan. Okay, so now let's push it down. So just using my fingers. Okay, and now let's peel.
Yeah.
So I would do it like that.
Well, that's not bad. We'll see how
It's
well.
better than that.
Whatever.
Let's try another one.
Well,
that's not bad.
it's not bad. Let's see. Let's see what it turns out when it's cooked.
So now what we're going to do is that we're going to throw it into the oven. How long do we bake that for?
Oh, until it burns. You wanna?
So now we're back and now we're examining our work here.
Yeah, I know our masterpiece here. This is our crochet.
It's a piece of something, that's for sure.
I know. What does it look like?
So the imprint has stayed. It's not as pretty as I was expecting it to be.
I know. I think we got the wrong recipe here.
Yeah, we need a better recipe. So that's your first lesson. Find a better recipe than what we have.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty neat.
Like there is, like you can slightly see it.
Yeah, you can see the imprint.
Yeah, exactly. But it doesn't look like the one I saw on Pinterest.
No, the one on Pinterest is perfect, of course.
I know, of course, yeah, exactly. Now, are we still recording? Well, why don't we just take these guys out?
So we're going to just put all the cookies down on top here.
Well, they should really be on a rack, okay? You know, when you have your cookies, you're supposed to put them on a rack, but you know what? I really don't, because then therefore what they do is they get moist on the bottom because the heat starts to cool down and condense and all that stuff. But big deal. I don't know if these guys really turned out very well, but whatever.
So I think this is one of those projects you just need a little bit of.
Yeah.
So now he's making it snow on top with the icing sugar.
Which you can't even see the pattern.
Which you can't even see the pattern.
What's the point?
So I wouldn't
Anyways.
recommend that.
Yeah, this is anyway.
But this is a great idea. It is possible. We've seen it all the time. What are you doing now?
Oh, I don't know. I was going to try it.
Are you going to try it?
Well, yeah, why not? You want to try
I'm
it?
kind of scared now.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is why he's not in the kitchen half the time.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad. Actually,
It's not as sweet as what you would find at the store, which is good.
Actually, It's actually really good.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. So we have a bit of an imprint. It tastes good.
Oh yeah.
This will make a great gift. It really would. You just got to perfect the process, but you know, nobody's perfect
Oh, the
first time.
cookie's really good. Damn it.
Okay, so now that we've done it, what would you do different next time?
You'd probably use a different cookie, but
A cookie mix?
yeah.
What would you recommend? We used a ginger kind of idea. Would you go with sugar cookies instead?
Or shortbread. But anyways, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to try something different, and since I had all the ingredients for the chocolate ginger cookie, it's not bad.
So if you see something online that you really like, all you have to just do is just grab a smaller crochet hook, grab your Red Heart Luster and Sheen, and just reproduce the pattern, and you'll see that a big pattern can be a very much of a small one. And if you like something as well, like this here is part of a larger doily, I've only done a small section of it in order to get to the size template that I want. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, very good. So on behalf of redheart.com and the Crochet Crowd, on behalf of Diva Dan,
Oh, that's me.
I'm your host, Mikey.
Anyways, that was a disaster.